All right, good afternoon and good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BowlTV. My name is Matt Canizaro, and I am live here at Sam's Town Bowling Center in Las Vegas behind lanes 19 through 22. Our final block of qualifying for round 2 here at the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. This is A squad. We saw them yesterday morning on the fresh 41-foot oil pattern. And here they are, the final squad of the day today, taking on the double burn. Lanes oiled once a day. So the 3 squads rotate through the schedule. These guys will bowl in the middle of the day tomorrow. And that way each player, through 15 games of qualifying, will have seen each variation of the 41-foot oil pattern. After 15 games, we will cut the field down from 272 entries to the top 63, plus our defending champion, Walter Ray Williams Jr. Walter Ray guaranteed a spot in the bracket regardless of how he performs, but the Hall of Famer he is. Spent the day making a run at the top of the leaderboard. He can bowl one-handed, two-handed. He can get it done here. He is a 2-time winner at both the Masters and the Senior Masters. Only player to do that twice. Only other player to win both, Dave Sutar. Walter Ray looking to become the first to win 3 times in a row. I'm sorry, 3 times period. 3 times in a row would be a dynasty. The last time we had back-to-back winner was 2007, Tom Baker. So Walter Ray looking to add his name to that short list as well. Here are our featured pairs for game number 1 today. We're joined on 19 and 20 by Krister Peterson, Mark McKenzie, Michael Uweiler, and Mike Noggle. And over on 21 and 22, we've got Scott Greener, Steve Ludwig, Ryan Schaefer, and Dennis Keese. We will follow the action throughout the 5 games today. Clubhouse leader, Brian LeClaire. Let's take a look at our standing sheet that is posted on bowl.com. Just go to bowl.com/Senior Masters. Yeah, those scores will be updated after each game. Right now, updated through B and C squads after 10 games. Of course, A squad now just getting into day number 2, so they're in there with 5 games. But leading the way, Brian LeClaire bowled better today than yesterday. He's going through some knee troubles. He is plus 406 to top the standings. Right behind him, James Campbell, our day 1 leader, is at plus 392. James had his first game under 200 today in game number 5. It was a 193 effort. He was the leader up until that point. LeClaire shot 229 to go around him. Third place, M. Little Monticelli, plus 293. Here's your 2015 Senior Masters champ. In 4th place, Robert Brown, plus 266. 5th is Mark Williams. We saw him last week finish 2nd at the Super Senior Classic. Williams had 299 today. It was the high game of the event for about 6 minutes. Then he made a run the last game at 300 again. Had the front 9, left a 10-pin, finished with 275, but he surged up into 5th place overall at plus 263. He's followed by Hall of Famer Norm Duke, 251. Brian Kendall, plus 248. Brian Goebel, plus 247. And our squad leader from this morning, Daniel Miyamoto, at plus 235. He's tied with Alan Seneval of Sweden to round out the top 10. If you want to hear about Miyamoto's morning here at the Samstown Bowling Center, check out the official USBC Facebook page. That is Sport of Bowling USBC. Had a few thoughts from that young man on his performance, and he is hanging on right now in the top 10. Really the goal, make the top 64, and then no doubt you'll probably be facing somebody who's a pretty good bowler regardless, so I don't know that there's any gimmies in the bracket. You're going to have to expect a tough match no matter what, but to get there is the first goal. Our defending champ, Walter Ray Williams Jr., is 13th at plus 210. Plus 72 yesterday in the opening round, tied for 43rd place, and then had 1138 today to get to plus 210 and break into the top 15. Right behind him, Parker Bone III. And a whole slew of top talent. 64th spot right now is plus 99, but of course that's going to change and fluctuate throughout this 5 games as the A squad bowlers start creeping up the standings. Our A squad leader yesterday, Michael Haugen Jr., was at plus 188, and he held on nearly till the end. Got past the last 2 games of the day. Right behind him, Keith Lesko at plus 185. And then Chris Gibbons at plus 145. So those are your 3 front runners here on A squad. Going to have to average well more than 240 to catch Brian LeClaire at plus 406. All right, we are ready to roll now, and it only took 4 frames to get the rundown. If you're looking for a pairing sheet, you'd like to see who's coming our way, you can visit bowl.com/Senior Masters. Go to the information tab, and then there's a pairing sheet link. You can check and see where all your favorite bowlers are going to be competing this round. Again, this is A squad from yesterday. They bowled on the fresh in the morning and then had nice long rest before coming back to the lanes here this evening. After today, one more day of qualifying here at the Senior Masters, and then 15 game totals will determine who advances. Nice shot there by Ryan Schaefer for the double, making the transition here to the PBA 50 Tour. Do appreciate everybody tuning in. I see some thumbs down. I guess I did something wrong, but we're always looking to improve here. But if you do like the coverage, first, give us a thumbs up. And second, remember to subscribe to BowlTV. We've got a lot of stuff coming up in the near future. And no matter what you like bowling-wise, there's going to be something for you. Whether it's the seniors here or the PWBA Tour, Professional Women's Bowling Association. We've got some great coverage of that coming up over the summer. And then we'll get down to the youth bowlers and the Junior Gold Championships, USA Bowling National Championships, all kinds of good stuff. So remember to subscribe. You don't want to miss it. And as always, if you have any questions along the way, just let me know in the chat. Be glad to answer or direct you to the information and the answer. Often, much of that available, again, at bowl.com/Senior Masters. If you go there and click on the results, you can find a link to live scoring, and then you can follow your favorite players across the Samstown Bowling Center. Right now we're using lanes 7 to 52, and you can use this tool to scroll through and see if anybody's making a run at 300. People love 300s. They love strikes. We had one earlier. Rick Manier of Houston got the job done minutes after Mark Williams failed and shot 299. And then beyond that, we just had a couple front eights, front nines here and there, but nothing else developing. And we'll see right now. Mike Karch down on 7 and 8 has the front five. Michael Haugen Jr. started with the front five before a pair of spares, so he is picking up right where he left off yesterday. Again, he's going to need to average 243-ish to catch Ryan LeClaire. Down on 15 and 16, Gary Hadley with the front six here. Keep an eye on that. It's just to our left. Right, looking down, 31 and 32. Pete Weber, he's got the front seven. Looks like he's got the eighth one now. All right, sounds like everybody's striking on this squad. So, I'm gonna take a peek and get ready to start walking. Again, people like 300s. If they could trade commentary for a 300 video, I think they would for sure. Can't seem to charge the phone fast enough today. Pete Weber stepping up now with the front eight. Looks like he did not strike on that shot. So his string ends prior to a walk. Hadley's run ended at 7 to our left. Harry Sullen's string ends at 6. Mika had the front 6, 9 spare. John D. Benedetta, front 6, 6 spare. Paul Renteria, front 6, 7-2. Terry Metzner, front 6, 9 spare. Pete Weber had front 8, 9 spare. Right, final frame. Coming up on 21 and 2, only 3 bowlers. Ryan Schaefer's going to be first up. He can get to 225. Grainer can get to 208. Hadley had the front 7, 8 out. Schaefer finishes with 205. Greener's going to be up now again, 208 max. And for Galen Keese, the max will be 173. For the Michael Haugen fans out there, 235 opening game. All right, so things are going to wrap up here on 21 and 22. We've got a few frames left to go over on 19 and 20. Peterson, the speed. Another great shot for 3 in a row, the world champion. There's some international representation here. Germany, Sweden, Japan, Venezuela. I'm sure there's a few more. Stone cold 9-pin for Scott over on 22. Can't throw it any better than that. Right, so we're going to roll into the finish line here on 19 and 20 of Game 2. Coming up in just a few minutes, updated standings as we roll on to see if anybody will catch Brian LeClaire plus 406. Stay tuned. Game 2 right around the corner. All right, folks, we are getting settled in here for game number 2. Hope I didn't miss too much. I was sitting here transcribing some of the conversation with Brian LeClaire earlier. Pretty amazing story with his knee and the fact that he thought perhaps his bowling career was over. And now here he is leading the Senior Masters with a couple of games to go here on day number 2. But we do appreciate everybody being here. Tell your friends. We know it's probably getting just past dinner time on the East Coast. It's all right to eat in front of the computer just today or tomorrow and the next day and the day after that, because you don't want to miss a minute of the action from here at the Samstown Bowling Center. All right, we do have our latest batch of competitors here in our featured pairs. We got just a trio on 19 and 20. Paul Bell, Thomas Sweeney, and Tony Marion. And over on 21 and 22, there's a past World Cup champion, Robert Worrell. About that was a cool story. He got to win on his home turf in the United States. And now he wants to come hang out in Las Vegas. The Cubic AMF Bowling World Cup will return in 2018. We'll be here in November, right here at Samstown. Possibly I'll be sitting right at this very table for that event. And Robert joined on this pair now by Ray Howard. Somebody asked in the chat room earlier if Ray Howard was coming our way. Here he is. It seems all you have to do is ask, and you will get it. Also on this pair, John Jensen and Bill Hewlett. This is game number 2 for A squad. We'll have standings updated here in just a minute. Looks like on the on-site leaderboard. Not in there just yet. Off to our right, PDW, Pete Weber. Starting with 3 in a row again. So I feel he's going to make a run today on day number 2. Haven't had a chance to chat much with him, see how he's feeling. He was having some hip issues and different things over the last couple of years. But doesn't seem to be in any pain, so that's good news. He's here and looking to become the first 3-time winner at the Senior Masters. All right, as we get ready for the updated standings, if you want to see what happened earlier in the day, visit bowl.com/Senior Masters. There's a results tab with PDFs for round 1 yesterday, and then today's round 2 standings through the first 2 squads of the day, and then it will add in all of our bowlers here on A squad this evening. All right, good question in the chat. Do the players move left after each game and vice versa? Yes, the players on the left have been moving left. The players on the right move right. That way they get to bowl with different folks each game. Mix up the cross a little bit. Not always following the same people and not always bowling with the same people. So just helps with the integrity and the fairness of the event. And of course, as we mentioned, the oil pattern, the oil once a day. And then each player will get to bowl on each of the 3 squads. So an interesting challenge of versatility. And when you make that top 64 bracket, you definitely earned it. Right, so it looks like we have some standings here after 6 games for A squad now. The hunt for Brian LeClaire underway here with 4 games to go now. Just wait for the document to load and we'll take a peek. It's loading, I promise. We'll be right here. Again, Brian LeClaire leading at plus 406. And now we're halfway through game number 2 here. All right, here we go, as promised. Remember, Brian LeClaire plus 406, James Campbell plus 392, and Little Morticelli third at plus 293. We'll go look down for our A squad leaders. Michael Haugen Jr. plus 223. 223 over, started with 235. So he is inching closer. Chris Gibbons started with 258. He's at plus 203. Closed that gap a little bit. P. Weber, 279 in the opener. Would expect nothing less. So he's on a roll. Started the tournament with 194, 176, but since 247, 234, 269, 279, and now bowling well off to our right one pair. He can get to 248 here in game number 2. He's at plus 199. So still some work to do, but definitely not impossible for the Hall of Famer. Keith Lesko is at plus 186. Mika Koivuniemi plus 158. Don Blatchford down at plus 127. So Haugen, the front runner, at plus 223. Let's take a look through the live scoring and see what is happening across this 56-lane center as we roll through game number 2 here. Pace seems to have slowed, at least around us. So we saw some big scores come off of this squad yesterday after not much happening on B squad. So there's some wacky transition at the end of B squad yesterday where decent scores didn't go so well in game 5. And then really some big numbers on the final squad of the day. So potentially, it really all would depend on how people played the lanes earlier in the day. So if folks came out on A squad this morning with a little more surface maybe than A squad yesterday, that could potentially lead to a little quicker transition and the lanes opening up sooner and then getting a little weird at the end of the day here, or potentially less surface on the first squad of the day and the pattern holding up a little bit longer. So I like the first theory. Saw a lot of Aberlon early this morning as bowlers were getting ready for the A squad. So I can see that lanes breaking down earlier, leading to the big scores that we saw during B squad. But keep in mind, folks, I am left-handed. So my perception of bowling a little bit skewed, especially when you play the entire game with only 3 arrows. But I jest, of course. A very intricate game. It's a guessing game. Obviously, you're bowling against an invisible defender in the oil, in this case, Kegel Ice. With that said, somebody is trying to defeat the invisible defender down on 49 and 50. Or in the vicinity. Got the call from one of our staff members. I will take a short walk, and I'll be right back to bring you more incredibly valuable information from the 2018 Senior Masters. right, that was good exercise, but another no dice. Steve Smith, former Team USA member, had the front 9, left a 10 pin on his 10th shot. But always nice to get up and stretch the legs a little bit. We're going to do that here in just a minute as game 2 wraps up. Tom Sweeney, 222. Paul Bell's going to finish with 175. And now Tony Marion will be the final bowler to step up on 19 and 20, can get to 224. And the 10th frame also underway to our right. Robert Worrell can get to 206. That'll be 191 max for John Jensen. And Howard and Hewlett will close out game number 2 for us. And 3 to go. All right, 205 and 191. Now our final players stepping up here. Hewlett working on a 4-bagger. Get to 225. Ray Howard, fan favorite, by special request, can get to 213. P. Weber's ball striking off to the right on lane 23. First hit in the 10th. He can get to 228 this game. Looking forward to seeing who's coming our way next right here on BowlTV. You're watching continued coverage of the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. 3 games to go, folks, and then we'll call it a night. But the good news is 15 more games tomorrow as we anxiously wait to see who will be joining Walter A. Williams Jr. in that double elimination bracket. Don't go anywhere, folks. Game 3 coming right up. All right, folks, we've got game number 3 going on right now here on 19 and 20. Let's meet our contestants. First, we have Mike Lucente, Don Jackson, Klaas Thunberg, and Charles Fick III. And over on 21 and 22, Gary Weist, Dean Hebner, Timothy Bell, and Rich Cook. And this afternoon just has a different feel to it. It feels like the pace and the mood in the bowling center has slowed quite a bit. Maybe not as much energy throughout the entire place here at Samstown. Or perhaps it was the excitement of all the strings of strikes on our last squad. Very hard to tell. But we'll see how things unfold here in games 3, 4, and 5. I do appreciate you being part of today's festivities here in Las Vegas. My name is Matt Canizaro. If you're just dropping in for the first time, been doing this for a minute and countless Senior Masters. I believe my first was back in 2006 when Tom Baker won. Definitely in 2007 when he successfully defended his title at the National Bowling Stadium. We're waiting on a score update. Should be coming along. We're just a couple frames here into game number 3. Right now it's Brian LeClaire on top of the standings at plus 406. And a couple guys giving chase. Michael Haugen Jr. was the lead guy. Haugen was at 223 over after one game today. Came into the final squad here. He needed to average more than 240 if he was going to catch LeClaire. But regardless, the goal right now just to be in the top 63 and make it to match play. Then all pins go away. Chances are, at that point, you're going to bowl somebody who's pretty darn good at bowling. So no bonus or benefits. To being in first place after qualifying. All right, back from the tournament office. Once again, get the standings updated, I believe. That is the rumor, so let's take a look. See what's happening here in our featured pairs. Class working on 3 in a row here after the open frame. Up on lane 20. Trying to keep that string going. Great shot there. Getting pretty deep now as we're in game 3 of our double burn. He's sliding about the left gutter. Okay, so I am looking at the document. A after 7, B and C after 10. Again, Brian LeClaire, the lead guy, plus 406. And the top 8 coming from C squad right now. Michael Haugen climbing the ladder, 235, 224. He's at plus 247. So he'll need to shoot 759 for his last 3 if he is going to catch Brian LeClaire. That'd be a heck of a block. Next up on A squad is Pete Weber. He's at plus 217, so 30 pins behind Haugen. And Keith Lesko is a little bit farther back at plus 202. So some big numbers needed. All right, halfway through now. So the scoring pace seems to have slowed down briefly here. All right, strength continues now for Thunberg. Nothing serious really happening around the venue. Just poking through the live scoring here. Pete Weber to our left on 13 and 14. Trying to give it a run here. Strike, spare, 5-bagger. So 280 max score for him this game. He's going to need about 790 the last 3. He's going to end up at the top of the standings. Michael Hagen Jr. down on 39 and 40. Early double. Best he can do this game, 238. Still early though, 7th frame. All right, so some excitement on our featured pair here on 19. Charles Fick III working on an all-spare game. You guys probably thought I was going to talk about the 7 consecutive strikes here by Klaas Thunberg. Here's Klaas up, looking to keep the string going. It is impressive, but I think an all-spare game. Also mighty impressive, and he crosses over, leaves the 5-pin. Klaas right now in 188th place at -89, so still plenty of time. We're only in game 3 of day number 2. So still 7 games left to turn that around. This is a great way to start. 258, still possible. I believe the journey to the Senior Masters title starts with a single strike. Having 18 or 19 in a row might help as well. 5-pin covered. And Fick's string of spares continues through the 9th frame. That's pretty neat. Certainly if you're not tossing strikes, making your spares will keep you in it until the strikes come. All right, final shots coming up here for Thunberg. Will be in the 250s and eliminating much of that minus. So 255. $181 for Lucenti. We're on our other pair. $186, $167. Cook. Hebner finished with $182. So Cook with the opportunity now to have the high game on the pair. Final shot, $199 max. And everybody falls. $186, $182, $199, $167. Now here's Charles Fick. One spare for the all-spare game. And he strikes. First shot in the 10th. Of course, he's trying to make the cut, so I'm sure he's okay with that streak of spares coming to an end. All right, game 3 in the books, as they say. Have our bowlers on the move once again. Game 4 coming up, updated standings, all that good stuff. We'll see if anybody is going to track down Brian LeClaire. We'll get working on the highlights of his performance, and we'll look forward to bringing that to you later tonight on bowl.com and the official USBC Facebook page, Sport of Bowling USBC. Check it out. A lot of cool highlights on there from today. A lot of strikes being thrown, and we're glad to bring it to you. Right now you're watching the second day of qualifying here at the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. My name is Matt Canizaro, and I am live behind lanes 19 through 22 at the Samstown Bowling Center. That is the rundown. We appreciate you all being here, and we'll have game number 4 coming up in just a minute. Looks like Major Mika coming our way. We'll be right back. And folks, we are back. Game number 4. It's moving along pretty quick here. We should know soon. Major Mika, that's right. Mika Koivuniemi headlining things on 19 and 20 here. He's joined by Jim Cote, Louis Alessi, and Douglas Kempt. And on 21 and 2, it's Bruce Lamb, Roger Cossard, Michael Bryce, and William McGee. Still searching for our first strike on our featured pairs this game. This is game number 9 for these A squad bowlers. BNC squad's already done for the day. Then everybody will rotate once again tomorrow. And the order of the squads will be CAB. So these guys right here will bowl in the middle of the day on the burn. And our high-scoring C squad from earlier today will take on the Fresh at 11 a.m. Eastern. So looking forward to seeing that. Of course, the conclusion of qualifying is just one day away. Then we'll know who our top 64 competitors will be. 63 plus our defending champ, Walter A. Williams Jr. Question is, can Walter A. go back-to-back? Will we have another 3-time winner? What do you guys think in the chat room? In 2 words or less, tell us who you think is going to win the 2018 USBC Senior Masters here at Samstown. All right, so we've got nearly 400 folks in the chat room and only 2 guesses about who's going to win this event. We've got 272 competitors to choose from. Everywhere from Hall of Famers to first-timers to future Hall of Famers. Right, so at the halfway point now of game number 4, getting closer and closer. Take a peek around, see if there's any excitement. Live stream picks up tomorrow again, same schedule as today, 8 a.m. local, 11 a.m. on the East Coast. We'll have squads Eastern time at 11, 3, and 7. 8, 12, and 4 here locally if you want to come out and watch. Schedule can be found on bowl.com as well. Just check for the BowlTV broadcast schedule. And then things get a little wacky after that with match play starting on Friday. Here in our featured pair, Wika looking for his first double, but he's got to throw the first one first. Not a lot of big numbers around us here. Pete Weber's down on 7 and 8. Best he could do here is 227. I believe I do owe you guys some standings, so let me scroll through here real quick and then we'll update you on what's happening on the leaderboard. Michael Haugen Jr. down on 33 and 34. Best he can do this game is 224, so looking more and more likely that Brian LeClaire is going to be the overall leader after 2 days here. All right, all clear on the 300 watch, so let's try to refresh the standings. Take a peek. All right, A squad after 8 games. Again, LeClaire, the man, plus 406. James Campbell, plus 392. Amleto, Monticelli, plus 293. That's your top 3. High on A squad now, Keith Lesko. He bowled a big game in game number 3, 278. And I believe he is 1 pair to our left. So if he were to strike out here, he's at plus 280. So he would have to throw the last 4 here and then the front 10 the next game to catch Mr. LeClaire. Pete Weber 5 pins behind him at plus 275. Haugen at plus 253. So we can circle back and find Pete. He's down on 7 and 8. He has shot 195. So Pete Weber loses 5 sticks. Plus 270. So the best he can do is 370 over. And Haugen is at plus 253. Haugen can shoot 204 this game. Best he can do is plus 357. So right now, mathematically, Lesko is the only one, it looks like, who can get there. Nice to see all the guesses in the chat room. Couple lefties on there. Scroggins, Mark Scroggins is bowling. So we've got the possibility there. Mike Diaz coming off his big win at the Super Senior Classic. $8,500 in his pocket. Arm swing pretty loose, I'm sure. PDW, one of 3 bowlers, looking to win for the 3rd time. Has anybody else been paying attention? Can you name the other two-time winners here this week? Keith Lesko next door, still striking. Trying to give it a run. Again, he'll need 3 in the 10th here. And then at least the front 10 next game. Let's take a look at Major Mika. Mika right now at plus 177. Today he's at 232, 217, and 202. So plus 51 on the day. Currently in 28th place, looking solid. Going into the last day. Right now the cut number, there's a 3-way tie for 62nd place. Plus 101. Michael Calvin, Don Breeden, and Dale Traber. All those gentlemen are done and gone. So nobody there bowling on this squad. Plus 101. There's the number with 2 to go here. All right, Keith, let's go. Got the first two in the 10th, or first one in the 10th. Second shot coming up here off to your left on lane 17. Regardless if he was to get there or not, a terrific couple of days here for the right-hander. All right, so he left a single pin. He spares that and shoots 300. You can tie Brian Leclerc, otherwise Leclerc will hold on. All right, final frames here on 19 and 20. Mika throws a few at the end there to finish with 206. Alessi, 173. Now Kempt and Cote going to close it out here. And to our right, Michael Bryce. A few of his own in the 9th and 10th. Can get to 211. Lamb finishes with 168. Then it will be up to Cossert and McGee to finish things out. Cossert up first, can get to 227. All right, that'll do it. Game number 4. Final game of the day coming up here in moments. We appreciate everybody being here all day and all night with us. Looking forward to doing it again tomorrow. But one more to go here, folks. So check on in, cheer on your favorite players, and help us to the finish line here on day 2 of qualifying at the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. All right, our final game. Our competitors are comfortable here on our featured pairs. Let's take a look and see who is joining us here and ending their day in front of the cameras. All right, on 19 and 20, we've got Michael Krasnowski, Kenny McPartland, Stephen Smith, our former Team USA member who made a run at 300 earlier, and Chris Gibbons, who made a run at 300 yesterday. And over on 21 and 22, it is Michael Haugen Jr., who's trying to track down our leader, Brian LeClaire. John Hershina, Ed Silva, and Shane Horseman are the final players. We're still waiting on the standings update, but mathematically, Lesko and Haugen and Pete Weber are going to top the squad, but they're not going to catch Brian LeClaire. He leads at plus 406, averaging more than 240 for his 10 games over 2 days. Pete Weber bowling down on 41 and 42 is on 279 pace through 7 frames here. Looking to finish strong. And uncharacteristic miscue for Mr. Haugen. Single pin in the 5th. Just to clarify earlier, had the wrong Krister as the world champion. It's actually Danielson. And we had Peterson here earlier, so I don't like being wrong. So I just wanted to clarify that. And also let you know that standings are available through 9 games. Brian LeClaire plus 406 leading the way. High man on A squad is Keith Lesko. He's in 3rd place, so it's LeClaire at 406. James Campbell at 392. Keith Lesko at 306. Embleto Monticelli at 293. Pete Weber is 5th at plus 270. He's going to tack on a bunch here if he can get to 279. That'll put him at 349 and in 3rd place. Obviously, depending on what Lesko does here. Top 10 is plus 247 right now. And that all-important cut number, which is 64th place now, is at plus 104. So that tie broken. Doug Hayes is the number from Clarksville, Tennessee, plus 104. But still 6 games left to go. If you have any final questions, folks, now is the time to ask them. I have a final recap for you on Bowl.com later tonight. All right, nice break there for Steve Smith. See where he is in the standings. We'll take a look at all of our players if we can. Chris Gibbons bowled very well yesterday. Right now he's 26th at plus 182. Steve Smith at plus 136. He is well in the number, but a nice strong finish here certainly would help. He's plus 103 on the day today with the 279 in game 2. Ed Silva right now stringing strikes and leads them all. Right now he is 70th at plus 99, so we can grab a few sticks here. A little bit of cushion. Get him into that 64 number. I'm sure he would feel much better coming into tomorrow's round knowing he's not chasing it, but the others are chasing him. We've had 1 300 game so far this week. Rick Minear of Houston came minutes after Mark Williams shot 299. right, so we are minutes away from calling it a day. Ed Silva doing some serious work. Remember, came into this game at plus 99. He'll be in the 270s with one more strike. Got to feel good ending the day that way. These guys, remember, will be back on the lanes in the middle of the day tomorrow on the Burn Squad. Haugen finishing strong as well. Missed the single pin in the 5th, and now ending the game potentially with the last 6 to get him to the 220s. Silva gets one more, so 270s it is. Very nice. Steve Smith finishes with 214. The unfortunate ending there. Kozanowski finishes with 201. Now McPartland looking to finish strong. We can get to 258. And disaster for Kenny in the 10th as well. Spare for Gibby, finishes with 212. All right, John and Shane, the final two coming up here on 21 and 22. John, great shot there for the 5-bagger. Everything crumbles there for Shane. And house getting pretty quiet here. Everybody finishing up. We have our final scores in just a few minutes. We'll tear down the live stream and get that recap ready for bowl.com coming up hopefully sooner than later. Last night was pretty late after everything, but things going smoothly so far today. And if I didn't say it enough today, everybody, appreciate you guys being here, joining us. Try to do better tomorrow, so we'll get less thumbs down. It's always disappointing, but thank you to all of those who enjoy our coverage and keep us coming back each day, and have stopped by the booth even to say hello and let us know that you watch the coverage at home. Always appreciate the banter and conversation in the chat room as we see all of the lanes go dark here around us at Samstown, folks. It's been a fun day, and we'll be back at it again in about 13 hours here on BowlTV. 3 more squads of qualifying tomorrow, probably a little more dramatic as we get ready to cut things down and see who our 63 players will be joining Walter A. Williams Jr. in match play. Should be a good time. Be here. See maybe some folks that want to come in and chat with us as well and share their experience, especially as they wait to see if they're going to be in that cut number or where they're going to be, who they're going to bowl against, all that good stuff. So we Again, if you have any questions, we're here. Find us on social media, Facebook, Sport of Bowling USBC, and on Twitter at USBC. Of course, we want to thank our tournament staff here and the Bowling Center staff, Tom and all of the folks, Chelsea and everybody else here at Samstown. Thank you for the hospitality and support. To our gold partners, Brunswick, Hammer, Columbia 300, Rotogrip, Storm, Ebonite, and our lane maintenance provider, Kegel. We're putting out this 41-foot oil pattern and challenging these players during this week. We'll get the best of the best in match play. That's coming up on Friday, folks. That's going to do it for now. Qualifying done for today. Again, back at it at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, and 3 squads for the day. 11, 3, and 7 will be the squad times. Those are Eastern times. We'll see you back here tomorrow, I reckon. Hopefully. And that'll do it. That is the news for now, as they say. We'll see you on the lanes.